What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the next video in learning C++ templates. In the previous video we have shown you guys a brief explanation of the templates. So in this video we're going to show you guys how you guys going to declare your templates. So a template defines a family of classes and our functions, and the compiler uses template to generate code. Keep in mind, as I said in previous video, the compiler used template to generate code for various functions and classes. Even though you have a template of classes or functions, and you guys can then the compiler comes in and use the template, the keyword template, and use generate code for various functions and classes. So in a word, you guys can think of template as a mold from which compiler generates classes and functions. As a mold, you guys have a toys. If you guys see all the toys in the Target, all the big superstores, in the Kmart or in the Costco, wherever you guys go, you guys gonna see the thousands and thousands and thousands of same toy, like a car, but in different shapes and forms, because the generator, the guys who makes these toys, they have a template and they have a mold, and they create once a template or mold, and they keep producing and producing thousands and thousands and thousands of millions of something that have the same shape. Say for example a car, or say Toy Story, or any other toys which you guys think of. But keep in mind that there is a mold in a factory or manufacturing factory, and you guys can think of a template as a mold, because this applies exactly like a mold which compiler generates classes and function. And think of compiler generates classes and functions of copies of that mold or template. So you guys declare once and make it as a mold, and you guys keep generating classes and functions whatever you guys like. Alright, so now you guys, that's how you guys can declare this one. You guys needs to put this one template. As I said to you guys can't put anything, just like a function. You guys wanna say, if you guys don't want to return anything, you guys just put a void. You guys can put off a void XYZ ABC Yazdani, whatever you guys like. And this works exactly like that. So template, you guys needs to put the keyword template, and then you guys needs to put this one here is less than, and you guys needs to put a greater than, and you guys needs to put a class, and you guys needs to put this one T. Alright, so now you guys going to see that it says the same template as above, but it says type name. What is going on now? You're going to be confused. It says, well, mister, you show me now. You said that the template, now you guys going to put the less than and greater than, and you put a class T. Now here you put a template type name T. What is going on? Why are you confusing us? I'm not confusing you. It's because if you guys look in here, that's example, that's how you guys gonna put this one. It's a template, and then you guys gonna put it your class. Then again, now we putting a class, you guys gonna put a T, and then you guys put a class vector, just like that. So you guys need to put a class, and now if you look in here, we put in template, we put in class T, and now again we retyping the same one here. If you look in here, there's a parameter T, and now you guys look in here, we're putting a vector. You guys can put anything else here. This is just example, but that's how you guys declare that one. And I'm gonna show you guys now why we put a class and why we put a type name, because now you guys are maybe a little bit confused, and now you guys a little bit curious that why I put a template class T and template type. Because you guys needs to know both of them. Why there is some programmers they put a class T, and some other programmers they put a type name T. So the template class T says that the T is a template parameter. So now you guys really look at here. So when we say the template class T, say here you guys needs to put a template class T, says that T is a template parameter. T is the template parameter. You guys look in here, we have a T in the class. Even though in this one we have a template and T common. If you look in here, template and T common, but in this one we are changed the type name, and we change the class. And because this too, and I'm going to explain to you guys now, is because C++ and /ISO recommends the use of type name. It's because a lot of programmers they put the class T. This happens if you look every program, everyone whoever written, all the top programmers, say for Microsoft, IBM, or Google, or any other big companies, they put a template class T. Every programmer, top programmer, they like to put a class T. But the C++, ANSI, that's American Institute, and I'm going to explain to you guys shortly, and ISO, which is standard for to standardize this C++, they recommend you guys to put this type name. It's up to you. Some people prefer to put the class T, and I've seen very few people they put a type name T. So it's up to you, totally up to you, but both of them is going to work. So now here template, because in this video, because everyone uses class, so I'll use a class too. I'll use class template class all the time, so there is no problem. That's how you guys need to declare this one. And as I said to you guys, T, the template class T says that the T is a template parameter. So this is a template parameter, which is a placeholder for unspecific type, as I say, explain to you guys. So now this T is a placeholder for unspecific data type. You guys can use this T for anything you guys like. You guys can put T for int. You guys can think of T as a double. You guys can think of T as a float. You guys think of T as a string. You guys can think any data type that you have it in mind. Anything that you have in mind. So keep in mind that T represent anything. That's what it says, template class T, because you guys throughout our programming, we have to declare every single program we wrote function our class, and I went there on top and I declared. Keep in mind that we went to virtual functions, we went to base class, and if you guys know that we put a public private, we put an int, then we put something x, then we put a string s, then we put a double, whatever, then we put this one, then we put some sort of type name. But with this one, you guys do not declare. You guys are free. You guys just put a T and that's it, because this is a placeholder for unspecific type. And keep in mind, you guys now are free. You guys just use a T. Or you guys don't get me wrong, you guys can put X as well. You guys don't need to just put a T, because the reason is T, because everyone uses T. That's what T is very common, but you guys can put X here as well. No problem. And keep in mind that the C++ NC and /ISO recommends the use of type name. So the C++, if you guys go to manual, C++ recommends you guys to use type name instead of class, but because everyone uses class, and there is no problem, there is nothing wrong with this one. So now we're going to use class throughout our program. So if you guys curious, just like what is ANSI and /ISO stands for, ISO is International Organization for Standardization, and ISO holds all copyrights of the version of the C++ international standard IS. Just like you guys know, the IS holds everything like for kilogram, or something like a meter, or a foot, or inch, just like exactly like that. So C++ got the same one. C++ have this ISO, Standard International Organization for Standardization, and ISO holds all the copyrights of version of the C++ international standard. And ANSI, American, stands for American National Standard Institute. And why you guys thinking, well, if the ISO holds this, why there is you guys involving this American National Standard Institute? Is because American Standard was the first company which was the first to standard C++ was published by ANSI, and later on adopted by ISO. So this guy is here, American National Standard Institute was the first who published and got all the copyright for C, because C++ built on the top of C, and it still uses C, because C++ stands for C with classes, because it's still the main engine of the C++ is C, and the ANSI, American National Standard Institute, holds all the copyright, everything, whatever happened with C was published and later on adopted by ISO. So why these people gets involved? Because the International Standard Organization for Standardization of the C++, why they have all the copy? Because C++ is free and uses around the world, it's widely used. Now if you're thinking, but keep in mind, this ISO is sometimes it's not free. Now you're thinking that C++ is free. Yeah, it is free. You guys can use it. Microsoft using it, they built a Microsoft. Google using it, they built a Google search engine. Java used it, they built a Java. PHP used it, they built a PHP on top of C++. So now you guys thinking all these big companies, multi-billion companies, are using C++ to build one of the most powerful softwares in the world, like a Microsoft, like Apple. Keep in mind, Apple using another version of C++ of C, which is called Objective-C. So Apple is not immune. Apple is not using C++ for their operating system. They're using another version of the C, which is this guy here, and they name it Objective-C. But that one works exactly like C++, because that one also have classes and objects and polymorphism and everything. So the ISO holds all the copyright version of the C++ international standard, and ANSI was the first who published this C. And keep in mind, they're all free. The C and C++, you guys are free to use. You guys can build the most powerful software in the world, like a Google, like a Microsoft, like Apple. You guys can use it like Facebook. You guys can use it for anything. But keep in mind, every program, majority of the program starts with the C++, because C++ are free, and they build the Java. Say Sun Microsystems, now they are Oracle. They use the C++ to build the Java. The Java is very famous. Now the PHP guys came in and they put a PHP on top of C, and Microsoft came in and came along and they used the C++ to build their Microsoft system, Windows system, and Apple came along and invented something called this Objective-C to build their Apple. So that's what this C++, the C classes are very compatible with each other. So keep in mind, the reason Java and every other programming, even C# and everything came from C++ is because Java is Microsoft itself built on C++. That's what they are very compatible with each other, and that's what the PHP, even the PHP are compatible with every programming language. So if you guys making very powerful, so keep in mind, if you guys making very powerful language, or if you guys want your language to be compatible with all the operating system, you guys need to look for the C++. So C++ is very fast and very powerful. It's throughout the world, everyone uses, and it's a lot of features that keep coming, because every programmer, a lot of programmers around the world are involved. We're talking about millions. We're not talking about thousands. Every country of the world, every computer programmer, every university of the world, they uses C++. So that's now you guys thinking the power of C++. The last but not least, but the use of class type is very common. Everyone uses class instead of type name. So just the reason I put it on here, that so you guys don't forget that one. So you guys gonna think now that the use of class type is very common. This class type is very common. Everyone uses class type instead of type name. So everyone uses a class T. If you guys don't believe me, you guys go and program and look in GitHub or any other programming. If you guys looking all the higher programming, you guys going to see that every programmer uses class instead of type name. But you guys going to see this type name. Don't be surprised if you guys see that this type name. And this is example how you guys declare your class vector, and you guys going to put a template, put a class, and T is a placeholder, and you guys going to repeat this one class is class vector. That's how you guys going to do. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope you guys liked the video. If you have any question or comment, leave in the comment box. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.